In 2012, when I started as the acting director of Works, my initial plan was to develop a master plan for the UENR campus. But then I had information that aviation did not allow us to go to certain levels. So I brought the aviation aerodrome unit to come in, help us know where we could go, 4-story, 3-story, one, and the rest. But when they came, they said that the university was within the accident-prone zone of the aerodrome, and therefore we are not supposed to be sited here. The accident-prone zone is an area where people should not be converging. So they would not give us the permission to do that. And then we decided that, okay, let's go and look at our Nswatre campus that the late Professor Mills, who commissioned the university, who cut the sword for the start of the university and gave us. When we went there, that land that we were taken to belonged to the aviation also, as the land for the commercial airport for the region. So they said that they cannot give us that land and we should look for another land. And at that time I had designed a number of infrastructure for the university, going 4 levels: the library block, the administration, the graduate school, the science block. All of them I designed them to go 4-story. And even the hostel was supposed to go 6-story. But when they reached 4-story, the aviation people stopped them because it was going to disturb the flights. So I had to make a case at council that this is an aerodrome, brought a report that said that they cannot permit us to stay here. So the university council decided that then we would not do maximum development here, and we decided to cut all levels to 2-story. That's how come that when you come to UENR campus, the buildings are not 4-story and the rest. So then I requested that the council should make arrangements to meet the traditional council of the Nswatre community to see if they could offer us new land for the university. So we did that, and the traditional council offered us 1,500 acres of land for the university, which was located at a very good place that is okay for the development of the university. So I saw to the demarcation of the boundaries of the land. I walked the boundaries of the land. It took me almost a day's journey, and ensured that the boundaries of the land were planted with trees to prevent any future encroachment of the land. And after that, I did hand over as my director of works to the substantive director of works that was appointed by the university. So that is what I did, and we got land for Nswatre campus. And then I was also part of the committee that was set up by the university to see to the commencement of the Doma campus. Then in the course of our stay in UENR also, in 2014, I came up with an idea of how we can get industries to support this university, and also to be able to get students for our postgraduate programs. So I went on an industrial collaboration drive, and I went to Newmont. So in presenting the courses to Newmont, I also was looking for support for the university. So what I did was that I tried to negotiate with Newmont how they can come in to help UENR. And when I engaged them, the conclusion we came to was that if the university could offer about 10 communities, each of them 5 slots every year, then Newmont will pay for the fees of those students and also see to their employment after school. In return for that, Newmont also was going to give the university an initial amount of $3 million for our infrastructure development. And then after 5 years, they will give us $10 million. So when I came up with this engagement and agreement with the staff and the management of the Newmont, I made the proposal known to the Vice Chancellor who had traveled by then. So when I called her, she asked me to put the proposal together and hand it over to the Pro VC and the Director of Works. So this I did, and I was hoping that it would go through. A committee was set up, and that committee took up the proposal and went to meet the Newmont and Ahafo people, of which I was not part. But subsequently, I met the team that I had brokered the deal with and wanted to find out how far things had gone. The team told me that yes, the university came to engage them, but then the communities preferred that we build a university campus there. And so this is what resulted in the Kenyasi campus of UENR. So initially it was more of like we using their engagement with us to leverage and build the university campuses here. But then they wanted a Kenyasi campus. So this was how the whole Kenyasi campus story started. Then subsequently, somewhere in 2019, 2020 to be specific, I used to be the regional chairman of the Ghana Institution of Engineers for this region. And my vice was working at Newmont, and he was transferred from the Ahafo mines to the new Abrim mines. So when he reached there, he also had colleagues within the community that they work with. The community approached him that they have a facility that can be turned into a university campus, and they were looking for a university that could do that. So this, my former vice president or vice chairman of the region, called me that this is what he has come across and he would want the leadership of the community to engage me on this. So I got in contact with them and I had to go and visit the place, and we prepared a video. They prepared a video and sent to me of the facilities, and I gave it to the Vice Chancellor and told the Vice Chancellor that this is something that has come up. So the Vice Chancellor agreed. Professor Visasaribediako put up a team, and we visited the community at Abrim, and this is what has resulted in a new Abrim campus that we are also trying to develop for the university. Coming back to the Nswatre campus, during the era of Professor Harrison Tapa, the Minister of Education tried to help us see how best we can commence the development of the Nswatre campus and brought some developers. So the developers were introduced to us at council, and council decided that a committee be set up to work with them. So subsequently I was added to the committee, and we worked on the infrastructure development and the designs and the concepts behind the designs and how we want things done. Having gone through all that, the Ministry of Education was supposed to lead us to the Ministry of Finance to go and make a case for government to support the development of the Nswatre campus. So at that time that we were supposed to go, I was not feeling well. The Vice Chancellor called me, and I joined the team in Accra, and we had to meet the Ministry of Education and make a presentation of how far we have been able to develop the proposals for government to support us. So on the first day when we engaged the ministry and we finished, the ministry sat down with the university team and told us that we are supposed to make a presentation to a committee at the Ministry of Finance to justify why government should support this noble cause, and that the university is supposed to make that presentation. This was a presentation that was quite complex in the sense that you are doing a technical presentation which involves architecture, planning, engineering, renewable energy. It also involves environmental issues. And then within that same proposal, you are looking at economic evaluation and assessment, the economic feasibility of the project, the environmental and social impact aspect of the project, and then you are trying to justify why the government must support such a project. So it looked very complex and needed a lot of expertise to be able to make such a presentation. So when the Ministry of Education threw this thing to the university team that were there, we needed someone who could do this presentation. And we needed one person to do all the presentation. So I offered myself that I would do it. And so we had to regather for some 3 days and prepare ourselves for this. And when we went to the Ministry of Finance, it was a committee set up by the minister to look into all proposals that were going to go into the budget that the minister would read. When we reached there, we realized that 6 presentations had been made before us, and the information we got was that government didn't have money, and therefore if you come and your presentation is just that government should give you money for it, you are not going to have it. And so we must find an innovative way of convincing them to be able to support this project by not looking at government funds. And this was just about 5 minutes before the presentation. So I quickly had to reorganize my thoughts and see how best we could look at the funding source, because our proposal was straightforward, looking for government support. But then when we entered and I made the presentation, God gave me wisdom, and with other bits and points from the people that were there, I had to turn the whole thing into green finance. So I made the presentation making sure that the Nswatre campus was a climate-friendly environment that we were developing, with greenery, with solar, with renewables coming in. And I had to look at the carbon credits that we were going to generate and turn those carbon credits into green finance that could be used to develop the university. So these presentations went very well with the finance committee. And at the end of the presentation, they just kept clapping and clapping and clapping. And I saw some of them even go out, not knowing they were going to inform other directors to come and listen to that wonderful presentation that had been made. So when the other directors came, they requested that I repeat the presentation to them. And I did. And they confessed that they had never seen such a presentation. They even asked where I work. And I told them I work with the University of Energy and Natural Resources. And they said they never knew that we had such talents. And I mean, they applauded us very much and said that, look, we have been sitting here looking for such innovative ideas to do it. And we're looking for an amount of 175 million euros. And this is how the Ministry of Finance accepted our proposal. And God willing, next year, the development of Nswatre campus is going to start. Thank you.